13 coming up on 614. A Prince George's County family dealing with an unthinkable tragedy is now on a mission to advance their son's legacy and make a change to a military policy they say is unfair. It has been 7 years since Lieutenant Richard Collins III was murdered on the campus of the University of Maryland in what authorities say was a hate crime and totally unprovoked attack. He had just been commissioned into the United States Army and was days away from graduating from Bowie State University. Today, his parents continue to fight for military honors in his name, but they've made a lot of progress elsewhere. Wisdom.
All right, Randy Ayala is here now to break down this story and tell us more about what they're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, good morning, guys. A lot of layers here. You know, the Collins family says in some aspects they're seeing progress and things are moving in the right direction. For instance, here, the same campus where their son was killed will now offer a course in his name, teaching students about racism and hate crimes in America. But when it comes to getting Lieutenant Collins full military honors, they say that continues to be a battle.
After he commissioned, he said, "Mom, the world is going to know my name."
Dawn and Richard Collins II had no idea it would take losing their son for others to know who he was and what he stood for.
Richie was full of life. When Richard was murdered, my husband and I knew that this could not be the end of the story.
7 years after his murder at a bus stop on the University of Maryland's campus, starting this fall, the university will offer a course in his name, teaching students about hate crimes and racism in America.
To students who may not even know who Lieutenant Collins is or was, and the impact of that, it's amazing.
And through the Lieutenant Richard Collins III Foundation, hundreds of students across 3 different universities have become commissioned officers and been able to attend school.
All of this is bittersweet because it should have been Richard continuing on with his life, but the legacy continues.
But one battle yet to be won is getting their son buried at Arlington National Cemetery with full military honors.
Due to the technicalities of our son not officially having executed the orders that he had, the Army's decision or position was that he wasn't officially in the military.
Our son was a commissioned officer. He was an officer of the United States Army. He had nothing to do with the fact that he didn't show up. He was murdered.
The Secretary of the Army denied the couple's special request. When I reached out, an Army spokesperson told me they had no update since their last statement they provided in 2022, which said he was not eligible for burial under the current eligibility criteria.
It's not necessarily a good policy, and we think it should be changed.
We just continue to fight on. I'm ready to even speak to the President of the United States.
A fight his parents never imagined they'd be a part of.
And I did not see myself as an advocate, but what I did see myself as, a mom with a broken heart.
But a fight they're willing to continue if it means honoring their son, who died because of something this country has been dealing with for centuries: racism.
There's nothing that I would not do for my children.
You know, this is a third-generation military family. Collins' grandfather returned home from the Korean War to a small town in North Carolina. He was shot to death by a white man. His killer was never brought to justice. Collins' father retired from the Navy, so the family tells me the burial aspect of this is very, very important for them.
Right, absolutely.
And you hear that, the passion, the emotion, and just and speaking with them 7 years later.
I was asking, we remember this story very well. It is heartbreaking. I was asking about what they did with that bus stop at UMD, and you told me they memorialized that. And there's also a special memorial to come at Bowie State, right?
Yeah, that's right. Next month they'll be unveiling a mural there at Bowie State to honor him, which is incredible. Collins' uncle is an artist, and he's going to be the one to do the piece. So exciting to look forward to that. But this family has just been kind of thrust into the advocacy, and they're taking it on with grace, really. Ms. Dawn has done so much work speaking with other victims of hate crimes, too, from Buffalo, at that grocery store shooting. So a lot of work to be done, they say, but they are making some progress.
Right, you can just feel the heartbreak in this.
That's right.
And when she talks about her son, but it's good to know that the legacy will live on, and they are fighting, continuing this fight. So good job.
Randy, thank you. Wonderful story.